intermittent fasting, weight loss, transformation before and after. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, guys, and my journey on intermittent fasting. Now, my name's Steve and I've lost over 100 pounds and gone from this to this. And intermittent fasting played a huge part in that transformation and in my journey in achieving that transformation. Now, we're also going to be giving away a completely free keto meal plan or downloadable PDF, and that's going to be completely free for you guys just to try and supercharge your weight loss a little bit. But with that being said, I'm Steve, this is Life at the White House. Let's get into it. Okay guys, now whilst I was making this transformation and doing intermittent fasting, I was also on the keto diet, which I think helped me no end as well. Now, what I'm going to do is link down in the description a paid version. That's something that I followed and I always shout this company out, and also a completely free 7-day plan that I've put together for you guys, because in this day and age with what's going on in the world, I didn't want to put your health behind a paywall, and I've mentioned this before, it wouldn't feel right. So I'm giving away a completely free 7-day plan that you can go and try today, dip your toe in the water with keto, see if it's for you or not. But yeah, that's completely free. But firstly, let's talk about the paid plan that I followed when I was doing keto and intermittent fasting. Now, it cost me around $40 and I got, amazing results. So it was definitely money well spent. But again, in today's day and age, with what's going on in the world, disposable income isn't what it used to be. People are losing their jobs, so there's also a free version down there that I've come up with. Now, the paid version completely tailored to me. It was amazing. So everything that I liked was included, and stuff that I didn't like was completely excluded. And it was amazing. But yeah, it was completely specific to me, tailored to me, everything that I liked, and it helped me out no end. And again, that paid version is linked down there. Okay, when you click on that link, guys, it's just going to take you to a video just briefly explaining what keto is, and then you're going to put in some information about how active you are, and then it gets really interesting because you actually select the foods that you like, and then the plan is designed around them foods, and your meals are constructed around that. And then you put in your age, your height, your current weight and your target weight, and then it will give you your summary. So it will tell you how many fats you need to be consuming, your daily calories, your carbs, your protein, and a few other bits and bobs here. Oh, like your daily water intake, which is really good to know. And then it will also give you your achievable 30-day weight, which is a really, really good target to shoot for. And it's really good that they've included that there. And then you go ahead and you click for your plan, you put in your name and email, and you can get started with it. Okay guys, so that's the paid version that I followed, but now let's talk about the free version that I've put together for you, just so you can get started with keto and dip a toe in the water, see if you like it or not. Now, it's a 7-day plan like I've just mentioned, and it covers your breakfast, lunch and dinner. And no meals are repeated, so you've got 21 different meals there, and well, 23 really, because you've also got a couple of options for dessert, just to bring your calories up a little bit if they're a little bit low on any of the days there. And again, that's completely free if you want to go and check it out. If you want to try keto with intermittent fasting to supercharge your weight loss, them two options are linked down there. Okay, so how did intermittent fasting affect my life and what benefits did I have from it? Well, as you already know from watching this video, I lost over 100 pounds, and that's such an insane transformation. Health improvements were just nuts. I used to get out of breath walking to my car before work. It was crazy. So intermittent fasting with keto played a huge part in transforming my life, not just the way I look, but had no end of health benefits. I tried various forms of intermittent fasting throughout that time and losing that weight. Most commonly I did a 16 and 8, but I also tried 20 and 4, 18 and 6. OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day and is, you know, probably the most intense form of intermittent fasting. Well, no, there's alternate day fasting, but we'll get into that in another video. But yeah, I tried them all. Now I probably stick with a 16 and 8, but it's up to you. It's completely dependent on what you want to do if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight with intermittent fasting, and it's going to come down to the thing that you can do consistently. So if you try 16 and 8, let's explain what that means. So intermittent fasting, with intermittent fasting you have a period of eating and a period of fasting. Now, terms you'll commonly hear, like I just mentioned, 16 and 8, 20 and 4, 18 and 6, OMAD, it can be a bit confusing, but let's look at a 16 and 8. So with a 16 and 8, you'll have a 16-hour fast and an 8-hour eating window. Now, how can this look during the day? So say your first meal of the day, in this example, in a 16 and 8, could be at midday at 12, and then you would have an 8-hour eating window where you'd look to probably get in 3 to 4 good sized meals till 8 p.m, and then you'd have a 16-hour fast. So at 8 p.m. you'd stop eating. You know, there'd be no snacking before bed or anything like that. You'd be consuming absolutely no calories until 12 midday the following day, when your eating window opens again. Now, that sounds quite daunting, going 16 hours without eating or consuming any calories, but do bear in mind that, you know, 8 of them hours, if you're lucky, are going to be spent in bed. So that's a huge chunk of it that's gone. And don't look at it like you're skipping your breakfast. Just see it as you're pushing your breakfast back a little bit until 12. So you can have, say, a few hours before you go to bed where you're not eating. You're pushing your breakfast back until 12, and before you know it, you've hit your 16-hour fast. So initially, when you hear 16 hours of not eating, that's quite daunting, but when you break it down, it is actually quite achievable. So I'd recommend for most people starting with intermittent fasting to give that a go, and then maybe progress up to an 18 and 6 or a 20 and 4 or OMAD, and just see how they go with it. Now, why are we talking about 16 and 8s and 18 and 6s and 20 and 4s? Because there's 24 hours in the day. 16 and 8 is 24, 18 and 6 is 24, 20 and 4 is 24. So it's just how you're breaking down them 24 hours of the day. Now again, like I said, 16 and 8 is fantastic, and it's where I got the majority of my results, and yeah, you can get incredible results with it too, but it's the thing that you can do consistently that's going to provide you with the most results. So by all means, try and do an 18 and 6 or a 20 and 4 OMAD, but if it's not for you, and it's not for everyone, and when I say OMAD I mean 1 meal a day, it isn't for everyone. That doesn't mean you can't lose weight with intermittent fasting, or you're never going to lose weight. Don't think like that. It's not for a lot of people. So just come back down to your 18 and 6, where you're having 3 to 4 good sized meals throughout the course of the day, instead of where you're on OMAD where you're having one large one, and that could be amazing for you, and you could get incredible results with that. Okay, so now whilst I was losing over 100 pounds doing intermittent fasting and doing keto and making that transformation, there was a couple of things that I did that really helped me out. First was be consistent. So I was consistent in what I was doing. I was coming into a caloric deficit. I was on a keto diet, and that was helping me no end. Now, when I say caloric deficit, I mean coming in under the maintenance. So your caloric maintenance, say, could be 2,000 calories per day. So that's what you need to maintain your body weight, and the caloric deficit is anything under that. So 1,700, 1,800 calories a day, and then you'll begin to lose a little bit of body weight. Now, the deficit can be created in a couple of ways. One, you can eat less, or two, you can exercise a bit more than you normally would to create that 200 or 300 calories burned to give you that deficit. Now, it is important to remember that your caloric maintenance whilst losing weight will change. So when I was up at over £300, my caloric maintenance was a lot higher because I required a lot more calories to maintain my much larger frame. That makes sense? So as you get smaller, your caloric maintenance will also get smaller, because you don't require as many calories to maintain your now smaller frame. So you'll often hear about weight loss plateaus after initial weight loss. So someone can lose 20-25 pounds and then they kind of hit a sticking point and they can't lose any more weight. Now that's normally because they've been eating in a deficit and they've been losing weight gradually, and they've hit a certain point and they don't lose any more weight. They're eating the same amount of calories, they're still exercising, they don't know what's going on. Now what's happened there is, as they have gotten smaller, their caloric maintenance has also gotten smaller because they require less calories, like I've just mentioned, to maintain that smaller frame. So your maintenance number is constantly moving. So if you're getting bigger, your maintenance is getting bigger. If you're getting smaller, your maintenance is getting smaller. So remember that. So if you ever have a weight loss plateau, it probably means you have a new maintenance and you just need to work off this number instead of the previous number that you were working from when you started losing weight. So your new maintenance could maybe be, instead of 2000 after you've lost some weight, could be 1700, and now a caloric deficit is 1500 calories, not 1700 calories. Make sense? Okay guys, so you've got a couple of options down below. One paid keto plan that I did that cost me $40, and one completely free keto option that I've put together over the course of 7 days. That's also going to be linked down there in the description. Now if you have any questions for me about keto, about intermittent fasting, you want to know a bit more about this, about how long maybe it took me to lose the weight, things like that, leave them down there in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But with that being said, I'm Steve, this is Life at the White House, beware the donut goblin, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers guys. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you did like it, please do drop a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more videos, click on the link on the left hand side, and if you've got any questions for me, leave them down there in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But apart from that, remember to subscribe and I'll see you again next time.